All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trade. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2022. So, a choppy morning here. You can see on the spiders, basically a flat open and then kind of a push higher. Same thing on the Qs, although we had a much higher open thanks to Tesla. And then a bit of a rollover, kind of lost this green bar low. And if you look at the daily here of the spiders, you can see we went up into that 100 moving average. And it looked like that got rejected for a little bit at least. And then we were able to kind of just float higher here throughout the rest of the day. And what I was saying last week is, you never want to short a dull market. And with the volume as light as it is, take a look here at the spiders. Just under 50 million shares traded right now in the spiders at 3:40 p.m. So that is very light volume. You can see that the average right now is 121 million. That's based on a 50-day moving average of the volume, and we are we're well lower than half of that right now. Now we'll probably do another probably 5-10 million at least in the next 20 minutes, but still that is less than half of the volume there. And again, you don't want to short a dull market, and that just shows you how easily this was able to just. We had a little minor technical rejection off the 100, and then it just kind of floated higher. So we are seeing a little bit of distribution here, but the market's ultimately climbing the wall of worry. Now, if volume returns to the market, that can change very quickly. So pay attention to those volume trends in the morning, and especially in the morning if we have heavier volume coming in and it's sell volume, especially if we gap up. If we were to gap up tomorrow, especially on news, I would be pretty concerned with this market here. Um, and you might actually get a short opportunity for once, but again, we're squeezing here. Again, everybody's trying to short into this light volume, and a lot of people tried to short right here, and it obviously is not working out right now. But again, overall market can climb the wall of worry for now, and again, just continue to watch that volume. If it doesn't pick up, this market can hold up. All right, so we talked about Tesla a little bit, obviously leading the market higher today, up 8% here, so a huge move. And this could be a blow-off move, or it could be the beginning of a blow-off move there for Tesla. We'll have to see what happens here, but look at how extended this is in the near term. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. You're up into these pivots here. That will be good resistance on Tesla. Apple also a really nice recovery, gapped lower, and now green on the day, up 0.2%. Microsoft also having a nice move today, essentially opening flat and now up 2%. Again, that 100 moving average and this pivot up here will be some resistance there on Microsoft. But overall, market's holding up okay for now. Russell 2000, more sideways action here. I like this. It's inside bar. It's holding up okay. Again, I showed you guys the weekly time frame over the weekend. I don't like that at all. But for right now, it's holding up okay on the daily, and nothing to say it can't move a little bit higher here in the near term. Diamond, same kind of deal, just kind of chopping underneath these moving averages. And, if it does that for a little bit longer, this could make a run at potentially 355, but Diamond is holding up okay for now. Triple Q's obviously the big winner on the day, up almost 1.4% here. So you're going to run into resistance here about 367. You got these pivots up here and this necktie that's going to be major. But again, right now, with the volume light, there's nothing to say this can't hold up. So don't be in a rush to pull the trigger on any shorts here. Only do that if the market really gives you that signal here, because they've been squeezing everybody who's been trying to short right now. Anyways, you will have resistance up here at 368, 370, so that is noteworthy. Semiconductors having a nice day. Take a look at the intraday here. Sold off, and then just look at this. Look at this reversal here on heavy volume too. So major reversal there on the semiconductors. Nvidia having a nice day as well. That reversed off the lows. AMD holding up very nicely as well. That, these could be starting to flag here on the daily, so we'll keep an eye on for that. But they're holding up for now, and we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. IGV also with a nice move. Still has to get through this pivot though, but ultimately just kind of bullish kind of chop right now. Again, that 360 target has not changed. That is going to be pretty major though. Dow Transports, again, holding up really nicely. Again, I really like this pattern. Love what it did on Friday, little test candle. And now getting a bid today again. Light volume. So again, this is going to hold up, and it's really just, it looks to me like it's consolidating for a move into that 17,000 handle. The Jets, again, this can get up to 22. I said that last week. That's having a decent day, not breaking out yet, but holding up nicely, and it is leveling the sell-off in crude today, which we'll get into later. Yields kind of just pausing here. So 10-year Treasury just inside of Friday's move, and the 30-year, which kind of backed off the highs already a little bit last week, although held up okay. Still having, again, like an inside move from Friday, so nothing really new to report there. HYG, high yield, did hold up nicely, nice reversal. So we talked about the ugly look that it gave us on Friday, but a nice recovery there. Still hasn't closed above that high yet, but an impressive little reversal right now, so we'll keep that on the radar. XHB Home Builders, bit of a weak bounce. Again, this is a weak industry group right now, so definitely going to make note of that moving forward. However, VNQ actually finally made a higher high, so that, I guess it's a little bit of a positive, but this is also still a weaker industry group, all things considered. XLF here holding up again. XLF and XHB kind of just flagging here on the daily. Nothing terrible there. JPM, I like this little test candle, sloppy kind of consolidation. So if they can do a little bit more backing filling, it could, potentially make another leg up. And the same thing with Morgan Stanley. Nice potential little test candle there. Again, I think I said 98 to possibly 100 on Morgan Stanley would be kind of your max move in the near term. XLE. So gapping down and not recovering, so coming well off the highs. This is bullish for the market. That is partly why the market is rallying. We talked about this level on XOP here on the monthly. So it would be interesting to see if we continue to pull back into the end of the month, you could get a bit of a tail candle there. So keep that on your radar. But right now, nothing terrible. It's still holding trend. OIH also backing off, but still holding trend. And crude, big dump here. So down almost 10%. Got up to that 116 handle, and that held very nicely. Wasn't sure, it didn't really react immediately off of it. Like, on Friday, we got up there Thursday, obviously, but didn't really have an immediate reaction on Friday. But getting that hit today, and we'll see, if we talked about this, if it makes a lower low here, or if it makes a lower high here, which this looks like it's going to be a lower high, then it can come down here, and this 93 area, 95 area will now be vulnerable. So you've already hit it once, so that could potentially open the door for a move down to 85. But we'll continue to watch. This has been a volatile market, and honestly, would anybody be surprised if crude was up 10% tomorrow? Just given the nature of the movements, but obviously a big move nonetheless. Nat gas also pausing, but it did make a higher high. So you finally took out this high. So that tells me if you can back and fill and just, flag up a little bit, this can make a move, potentially to 625 at some point over the next couple of weeks. But again, pulling back a little bit here, I told you 550 was going to be resistance. It was, but it did make a higher high. So, we'll give it the upside bias for now. Dollar index getting a nice bid today, again up 0.5% almost, coming off the highs here towards the end of the day, but a nice move. This is still overbought on the weekly though. It's still just really overbought on the weekly, but I don't really see any problems right now. It just needs to do backing and filling. And then gold's coming off the highs. So we talked about these levels. If we close below both of these levels, that would be pretty bearish to me on gold by Thursday. So this is your quarterly level, and this is your monthly level. And they both end on Thursday, but we're going to watch that inside bar. So if it closes back below this red bar high here, that is, believe it or not, still a monthly inside bar pattern. So keep that on your radar. GDX, we've been watching that. That one got hit a little bit today. So it's in danger of losing this 20 moving average. Again, it got really extended here. So if it did lose its 20 moving average, it would still be, above 36 is going to be good support, or, in a good technical position. But you want to see this consolidate here, and you want to see the miners lead, and they had been leading. And if we look at silver here, silver taking a big hit. SILJ had been leading, and this is losing its trend here a little bit. So again, I'm a little concerned here going into the end of quarter here and end of month. But we'll see what we get out here tomorrow. Platinum and palladium also taking hits. That's a lower low there on platinum, and palladium coming down to that 100 moving average there. So that got hit as well. Copper, nothing terrible. I like that little reversal here today. So a bit of a short-term bullish kind of signal. It's starting to go sideways. Again, I would have liked a stronger close on Friday, but it's, it had a nice price action was pretty good today. I'll give it that. Nice move up and then just kind of a pullback. If this can consolidate a little bit more, maybe it can make a little bit another kind of run at the highs there. All right. So flipping over to Bitcoin here. So again, I'm telling you guys, these crypto's leading. It's been leading the market. And, this little wedge breakout here happened last week. And what do we have today here on the spiders? We have a nice move up. We got a nice rally here on our hands. Ether, he's got through this 33 handle. Now it's into resistance now. We got this sell off here, these pivots. This is going to be resistance. So I don't know how much more upside it can have right now, but I like this kind of breakout pattern there on Ether and Bitcoin. Again, this upside area, you're getting close to resistance here. This is a wall right now, and that's that trend line there from that head and shoulder pattern. So we'll see if that can hold up. And I do expect that to be major. Maybe it can, maybe it overshoots and gets up to 50,000. Maybe they pump it above 50,000 and get everybody, get all the FOMO on board. And then, maybe we get a sell-off there. That would not surprise me at all. But again, these coins, they're leading right now. And if you want to trade the equity markets, you need to pay attention to these as well. All right. Anyway, so flipping back over here to the spiders, let's see what we're going to do into the close. Yeah, so a little bit of reversal here coming off the highs, maybe some day traders short cover or taking profits rather. Wouldn't make too much out of it. Overall, a nice day here on the spiders. And again, just watch the volume going into tomorrow. If we get a gap up and we get a heavy volume reversal, that might be lights out on this rally here. That doesn't mean that we're going to go down and, everybody thinks that the next sell-off is going to take us down to 400 immediately, but don't necessarily expect that. If we are in a bear market, and the thing you got to understand about bear markets is they don't go down in a straight line. You're going to have higher lows. You're going to have higher highs at some point. So if we do get a reversal, it doesn't mean we go straight down and test the February lows. Just be aware of that. But, this market is short-term extended. It's short-term overbought. You're into these pivots here. You really haven't had any pullback other than this one little lousy day here. So it wouldn't surprise me if the market did have like some type of 50% retrace of this move. But overall, don't get too excited about anything on one side or the other, whether that's long or short. Anyways, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.